Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the floor as we recognize the Washington State University women's basketball team on their remarkable 2020-2021 season. Last season, Cougars took the Pac-12 Conference by storm as they defeated numerous top 25 programs en route to the program's first NCAA tournament appearance in 30 years. Cougars knocked off the likes of number 5 UCLA and eventual national runner-up Arizona right here in Beasley Coliseum to earn the program's first top 25 ranking. The 21 season capped off when Washington State ended a 30-year drought in the NCAA tournament by earning a number 9 seed in the Mercado region at the 21 NCAA, where they battled number 8 seed South Florida in Austin, Texas. In total, Washington State won 9 Pac-12 games last season, which is the second most conference wins in program history. Freshman Charlize Ledger-Walker became the second player in program history to be named Pac-12 Freshman of the Year after ending the regular season as the Pac-12's leader in total points scored. At this time, we'd like to congratulate the Cougar women's basketball team on their remarkable run to the NCAA tournament last season. And here's to another run to March Madness this season. Go Cougs! All right, let's raise that banner.
Welcome you to Beasley Coliseum on the Washington State University campus, where we get ready for the Washington State University Cougars to open the 21-22 campaign. After the Cougars made it to the NCAA tournament a year ago, tonight things will open against the San Jose State Spartans. So for the first time in 30 years, the Cougars made it back to the NCAA tournament, and they did hold a pregame ceremony to recognize last year's historic team as the Cougars got back to the NCAAs in just year number 3 of the Cami Etheridge era. Cami has signed a contract extension, and things look really good for the upcoming future for Washington State University women's basketball and the players. They are back as well. 90+% of the scoring is back from last year's team, and it is a full team that is up and ready to go, already receiving votes in the top 25, and the Cougars get it going with, again, plenty of experience. They've had plenty of offense so far in the exhibition contest, and they're also getting it done on the defensive side of the basketball as well. Bella Maricatate, 34 points in the 2 wins over St. Martin's and Northwest Nazarene. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker, how about her? She had 30 points and 12 rebounds as well. And how about Charlize Ledger-Walker? Oh yeah, the Pac-12 reigning freshman of the year at almost 19 points per game. But it's not all about Charlize. The Cougars will turn all but one player from last year's NCAA tournament roster, included Charlize's sister, Krista Ledger-Walker, both named to the Pac-12 team to start off this season. Charlize Ledger-Walker, we mentioned almost 19 points per game, but you've got others coming back like Ula Matuga. We mentioned Krista Ledger-Walker, Bella Maricatate. They are back to help out the Cougars as well. We're getting 2021-2022 underway tonight. The Cougars open things up against the San Jose State Spartans. Starting lineups and your tip-off, it's next from Beasley Coliseum. Well, who's ready for some basketball as the Washington State University Cougars break out of the huddle wearing their home white uniforms with the crimson numerals and lettering? The pep band here, the Cougar fans on hand here as well at Beasley Coliseum, and we get ready to tip off the 2021-2022 season. Bella Maricatate stepping in for Washington State. She'll be jumping it up against Sydney Lewis for the San Jose State Spartans. Washington State will win the tip. They are going to start on offense as we get this one underway from Beasley Coliseum here on a Tuesday night. Ula Matuga out at the right wing as it looks like San Jose State starting in the zone. A kick out to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Actually checked that that's Krista Ledger-Walker. Her three's off the mark, no good. Ends up out of bounds, so last touching a Spartan out of bounds, and it will stay with Washington State. Again, happy to have you with us for another season of Cougar basketball as the Cougars will trigger it into Ulamatuga. She'll get it to Crystal Ledger-Walker on the near side. Now we'll go inside to Ulamatuga. A little bit of contact. She will withstand that and then put it up and in off the glass as Ulamatuga has got the first two for the Cougars, and 30 seconds in, Washington State has grabbed a 2-0 lead. Now the Spartans with their first offensive possession, and Crystal Ledger-Walker got a hand on that one and knocked it out of bounds, and so the Spartans will inbound just a few feet into their backcourt as they get set to bring it into forecourt. Radio-wise, as we look at things, right to left for the Spartans here in the first half, and on the Washington State side of things, they will go from left to right. All right, the Spartans in the front court. Ross has it, gives it over to the right side. Now out to the high post to Lewis. Tries to get it over the right side. Ball blocked away. There's the freshman Wallach down on the ground to create the first San Jose State turnover, And now a turnover the other way as Ulamatuga tried to feed it into a crowd, and Bella Murakatate couldn't collect. So the Spartans up with the ball once again. 2-0 Washington State on Matuga's early bucket. We're just a little over a minute in here at Beasley. There's a three from San Jose State, and that one is good, as that one will be collected by Ellie Bonai. So she will give the Spartans their first lead of the contest, as it's now 3-2 San Jose State, and the Cougars back on the offensive possession. Crystal Ledger-Walker tried to go the other way with it, but deflected and taken away by San Jose State, and the Spartans back into forecourt. Out at the top of the key, another three, this one on the way, off the heel, no good. Rebound to Washington State momentarily, then it's knocked out of bounds, and they say it last touched Washington State, so it'll go back over to the Spartans. Washington State and San Jose State meeting here in the season opener. The Cougars have won this series 6 out of 9 so far, 10th all-time meeting as a three is off the mark for San Jose State. The Cougars 5-1 all-time against San Jose State here in Pullman. There's a pass inside to Bella from Crystal Ledger-Walker, and Bella Murakatate gives the Cougars the lead right back, and a first assist of the season for Crystal Ledger-Walker as the ball again out of bounds on what is some pressure in the backcourt by Washington State, and will stay with San Jose State. 4-3 Cougars, early going here, just a little over a couple minutes in. Again, season opener for both teams as they start to tiptoe our way into the new season. The Spartans with the ball on the baseline, and Wallach providing the defensive pressure. It ends up out of bounds as she was harassing Deja Ross, and they say at last touch Wallach, and will stay with the Spartans. Wallach again a newcomer here for the Cougars. Again a freshman out of Canada. Expect to see her quite a bit on the court here in her inaugural campaign as a Cougar. All right, another three ball from San Jose State. That one's off the iron, no good from Sydney Jones. Motuga will collect the rebound, and now Charlize Ledger-Walker across the timeline. And it goes once again to Bella Murakatate. She's going to take it strong to the basket and put it up and in. She certainly has the height on everybody out there, and two early buckets for Bella, and the Cougars up now 6-3 here in the early going. Ross will drive in on the left-hand side. There's Wallach slamming the door shut. She got the block. Her foot was out of bounds as she was touching it, but you see a little bit of the size there and the defensive abilities of the 6'2 freshman Tara Wallach as they get their first block shot of the evening. Now San Jose State to trigger in. Washington State by 3, 6-3 here in the opening period. Ball at the left wing. Now it goes into the paint and up and off the glass. That one is going to be good, and it is good once again for Bonai. She's got all 5 of the points so far for the Spartans, and it's 6-5 Washington State. Again, high-low, down to Bella. Got hemmed in a little bit underneath the basket and can't get the shot to go, but it touched a Spartan on the way out of bounds. Not sure if that hit the rim or not. If it did, I would think it would be at 20, but nonetheless, the inbounds pass comes in, shot clock at 21, and with it now, Crystal Ledger-Walker back out to the top. It goes to Charlize, head of the key. Out on her, the Spartans defensively will have Bonai on her. Now, it's an open three from Charlize, head of the key. It rims off, no good. Battle for the rebound. Ulamatuga comes out of the pile with it, and she'll pick up the easy bucket after grabbing the offensive rebound. And the Cougars have jumped out to a 3-point lead again at 8-5. 6:31 left to play here, opening period. A little bit of backcourt pressure from the Cougars, not just Crystal Ledger-Walker, but a couple of her teammates back there as well, trying to make it difficult for the Spartans, but ultimately they will cross with the ball in Bonai's hand. She gives it over to the right-hand side. Into the lane, now pass from Jones down low. That shot won't go for San Jose State, and it ends up banging off of a Cougar and out of bounds. As keeping it alive that time was going to be Ogier, as she was able to get it. O'Shea was able to knock it off a Cougar and keep it in San Jose State's hands. All right, the inbounds pass for San Jose State. 6 1/4 left to play in the first. 8-5, Washington State, they lead by 3. Ball at the head of the key in the hands of Oberg. She gets it up to the top to Ross. Now she gives it to Ogier. Ogier will drive in, tries to spin around, can't do it. Instead, the ball intercepted by Charlize Ledger-Walker. She's going to go coast to coast and lay it up and in. So the fantastic freshman from a year ago gets her first two, and the Cougars have their biggest lead of the night. They're on top by a handful, 10-5, with 5:45 left to play opening period. O'Shea has got it at the right elbow, kicks it off to the right-hand side to Oberg. She's just beyond the top of the key, gives it now inside to Jones, who goes to work on Charlize Ledger-Walker, but it won't go too strong. Then the rebound down to Bella Murakatate. The outlet pass will go to Crystal Ledger-Walker, feeds it to Charlize at the three-point arc. No-look pass inside to Bella Murakatate, who finishes it off. Bella an early half a dozen, and a timeout from San Jose State. The Cougars on a 6-0 run over the last 73 seconds, and a good start here in the opening period. 5:21 left to play in the first quarter. It's Washington State 12 and San Jose State 5 as we'll step aside from Beasley Coliseum. You're listening to Cougar Women's Basketball from Learfield IMG College. Well, we do welcome you back here to Beasley Coliseum on a Tuesday night, opening night of basketball. One housekeeping thing to let you know about. They reviewed a 3 from earlier for San Jose State and Ellie Bonai. They have ruled that now a 2-point basket. So it is now a 12-4 contest between the Cougars and San Jose State. So the Cougars up by 8 here. Again, a 6-0 run over the last 73 seconds for the Cougars. They've had a lot of good shots as the inbounds pass knocked away by Charlize Ledger-Walker, but the Cougars 6 out of 9 here in the early going. That's 67%, while San Jose State just 2 out of 8. Rebounding numbers, 3 for the Spartans, a half a dozen for the Cougars. And speaking of a half a dozen, Bella Murakatate, a half a dozen in her first 4:40 of action. Cougars back with the same 5, the starting 5 that was on the court. And for the Spartans, looks like they have made a change as Galden has made her way into the game, so we will see her for the first time. Meanwhile, this is Bonai at the free throw line, who puts one up from 14, and she'll connect. So Ellie Bonai has been the source of the offense so far for San Jose State. She has collected all 6 as we've reached the midway point of quarter number 1, and it's 12-6. The Cougars up by a half a dozen. Much zone we've seen, I think, for the most part here for the Spartans is, again, the Cougars are taking advantage of points in the paint. They get 2 more in the paint. This time they feed it inside to Ella Matuga, who had a wide open alley to the hoop, and it is her 3rd basket. So both Ula and Bella with 6, and then Charlize Ledger-Walker, the other 2 for the Cougars in this 14-6 lead. Jones trying to bully her way to the basket, but having none of it. Charlize Ledger-Walker, she knocks the ball away. Now a late 3 put up, and that's going to be off the mark, no good. That one from Galden, and the rebound down to Ula Matuga. Cougars trying to move the pace up just a little bit, and they'll get it to Ula at the three-point arc. Right back over to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Drives it to the foul line. Back out to Ula. She's going to be whistled for taking an extra step. Well, so the Cougs will turn it over. That'll give it back over to the Spartans. 14-6, Washington State on top here. And again, it's been their post players who have dominated the first 6 minutes here, with Bella Murakatate 3 out of 4 and Ula Matuga 3 out of 3. Those two 6 out of 7 from the floor and have 12 of the 14 points for Washington State. Pass comes over to the left-hand side to Mendez, who has checked in now for San Jose State. Back out to the top, it'll go to O'Shea. Now they get it inside. That ball knocked away, taken away by Wallach. Feeds it ahead to Charlize Ledger-Walker in transition. Now looking for trailers. It's Ola at the three-point arc. 3 on the way. Got it! Ula Motuga with a triple, and she's got 9 here in the first quarter. It's 17-6 Washington State, and they've made 5 of their last 5 shots. And the Cougars on a nice little roll here in the opening period. Now can they keep it going defensively? There's a 3 from the far corner, and Galden will answer with a triple of her own. That's the first 3 now for San Jose State, and it will cut the lead back down to single digits at 17-9. 3 and change left to play opening period. Cougs working with the 8-point lead as Wallach has it left of the hoop. Back out top it comes to Motuga. Over to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Reading the defense. 2-3 zone is what it is looking like, and they will change out of that, and that time a pass cross court ends up out of bounds and into the seats, and a turnover for Washington State. 4 turnovers for Washington State so far, but they've made up for it with the shots that they've taken, all high percentage. 8 out of 11 are the Cougars from the floor. And now a substitution in for Washington State as we will see Grace Sarver in for the first time. The junior out of Seattle, Washington will check in for the Cougars. No Johanna Tedder tonight. She's with her national team in Estonia. We'll see her later in the season. Meanwhile, driving to the hoop and kind of saying, I got this, is Galden, and she goes all the way to and ends up with a basket. Meanwhile, Karen Lasowick is going to have a delay of game warning, I believe, against San Jose State as Galden touched it after it went through the cylinder, so warning logged into the scorebook on what is San Jose State. They can't do that again. 2.5 left to play opening quarter. Cougs by half a dozen at 17-11. As Charlize Ledger-Walker out at the top, she'll give it left-hand side to Motuga. Now it comes to Wallach at the head of the key. 1 dribble, now looks and gives it to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She'll go to work, penetrates in, floater from 12, and that one is up and good. How many times did we see that in her freshman campaign? Again, averaged almost 19 per game en route to becoming the conference freshman of the year. And she picks up her second basket today. It's now 19-11, the Cougs by 8 with 2 and change left to play in the opening 10. With the ball is Galden, stops, picks it up, passes it over to the right-hand side. Gets it over to Torres. She'll take it out near the top of the key, working against Sarver. Left elbow jumper, that one good from 16. So Stephanie Torres into the scoring column, her first 2, and it's now the Cougs by half a dozen, again 19-13. So every time the Cougars look to edge away, San Jose State gets a bucket to stay in it here in the first 10. It's Bella Murakatate again, driving down the lane. A little bit of contact, won't go. Working hard for the rebound, Sarver, and even though she doesn't collect it, she collects enough chaos in there that it goes off of San Jose State, and it will stay with the Cougars underneath the basket. 1:32 left to play, opening quarter. 19-13, Washington State. They're up by a half a dozen here. It'll be Sarver to inbound on the base. Gets it into Motuga all the way out beyond the arc to collect, and now gives it to Sarver at the 3-point arc. Right back to Motuga. Left-hand side to Wallach. Now inside it goes to Charlize Ledger-Walker, and the charge will be whistled as Torres took it. A little bit of contact there. Not sure there was as much as Torres was selling, but probably enough for the player control foul, and that is remarkably enough. I hate to bring this up because it usually changes when I do. 8:35 in, our first foul on either team. All right, so now it'll be the Spartans with the ball into front court. Torres has it at the right wing. Ball knocked away from her. Charlize Ledger-Walker will pick it up. Trying to get it away from her, Spartan. Bella Murakatate goes down to the deck to pick up the loose change, and the Cougars will keep possession. Motuga directing traffic out high on the left. Gives it over to Sarver. Right back it goes to Motuga, but there to step in front and take it away is going to be O'Shear. She takes it into front court, gives it now to left-hand side. Back out it comes for a 12-footer that gets a friendly bounce, and it's up and good. And that one is going to be good for Megan Oberg. So San Jose State has crawled their way back to within 4 now at 19-15 as the Cougars back on offense. Sarver at the head of the key, starts the angle off to the right. Now we'll give it over to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She'll drive in, left elbow jumper off the left-hand side of the rim. Grabs her own rebound, looks for Sarver, knocks off of her hands. Now it's on the deck as Wallach looks for it. They're going to call a kick on Wallach. Is that intentional? Certainly didn't look that way from me. but none the way. It'll be San Jose State ball. And if the Spartans want to, they can play for the final shot of the half. Cougs with 3 turnovers in the last minute 45, which has helped the Spartans, who have gotten hot after starting the game just 3 for 11. They've made their last 4 shots and again are back within 4 here for the final touches of the first period. Driving in, Bonai puts up a shot. That one hangs on the rim and falls off. Rebound comes down to Washington State. Out to Charlize Ledger-Walker, and a travel going to be whistled against Charlize as she tried to get around the defender. So that'll give San Jose State one more crack at it from the midcourt stripe with 2.3 seconds remaining. As the inbounds pass will come in, let's see if it's Bonai who indeed will bring it in. She's trying to get it all the way down near the top of the arc, but that's not where the infraction occurred. So Tiffany Bird, our referee, says come a little bit closer to midcourt. Inbounds pass comes in. They're going to put up a shot. That's going to be partially blocked by Bella Murakatate, and that'll take us to the end of the opening 10 minutes. Well, saw some flashes there from the Cougars in the opening 10, and then saw a little bit of sloppiness as well, which allowed San Jose State to crawl back into this one. And again, it's the Cougars by 4 at the end of one period. 10 minutes in the books. It's Washington State 19 and San Jose State 15 as we'll step aside. You're listening to Cougar Women's Basketball from Learfield, IMG College. Well, we welcome you back here to Beasley Coliseum on the campus of Washington State University. Washington State 9 out of 14, 64% in that opening quarter, while San Jose State 7 out of 17. They shot 41%. Cougs 1 out of 3 from beyond the arc, while the Spartans were 1 out of 5. Had just the 1 offensive foul, so no free throw shot by either team. Cougars are out rebounding San Jose State 11-4, but again, the Spartans within 4 here. And one of the reasons why the Cougars with 8 turnovers in that opening period. Meanwhile, San Jose State had only 3 in the first 10 minutes as we get the second quarter underway. Well, and I will hand it off right hand side to Ross. She'll put one up just beyond the free throw line. It falls off the heel of the rim, no good. And Crystal Ledger-Walker there for the rebound. Pushes it up court to Sarver. Into front court the Cougars will come. As Sarver will wait for Nankervis for the screen. And now we'll give it to Ula Matuga. Ula leading scorer in that opening period. She had 9. Now Charlize Ledger-Walker a 3 that rims away. Then the rebound comes down to San Jose State. Will come down to Oberg. Up to Bonai. She comes up the near sideline. Now centers it to the middle of the court. Will hand off and gives it over to Torres. Back out to Torres for a 17-footer, and that one's good. So Stephanie Torres has made this a 2-point game, 19-17, as the Spartans right back on the doorstep here a minute into the second quarter. Grace Sarver has it out high on the left. Got the screen from Nankervis. Now will start to penetrate in. Tries to get it back out to Charlize Ledger-Walker at the top of the key. She'll drive in. The kick out goes to Sarver. Now wide open. Crystal Ledger-Walker. Off the back of the rim, no good. Nankervis tried to grab it. Ula Motuga does. And the Cougars will get a new 20. Crystal Ledger-Walker gives it to Sarver. Sarver splits the defenders. Now gives it to Nankervis, but loses the handle. Gets it back and will try to keep control of it. Now we'll try and go up with it. And what are we going to have? Was it a 3 in the key or was it a travel? I didn't see what Karen Lassoa came up with there, but it's going to be another turnover for Washington State. So the Cougars have stalled just a little bit offensively, and again, it's not because they're missing shots, it's because they're not holding on to the basketball. So the Spartans will have it back. Inbounds pass will come in. Bonai brings it across the timeline. She'll set up out at the left wing as Cami Etheridge talking to the officials about something she saw on that end. Bonai puts up a long 2 that's off the mark. Long rebound coming down to Washington State. So the Cougars looking for their first basket, as they look to get on the board here in the second. They get it inside to Charlize Ledger-Walker, and she will head to the free throw line as she's fouled by Bonai, who will pick up her first personal. So that'll send the sophomore from New Zealand to the free throw line. Again, 19 points per game, her freshman campaign. And also will head to the free throw line for the first time. She was a 79% free throw shooter her first season as a Cougar, and got the friendly roll off the rim to connect on her first free throw attempt of this season. She's up to 5 now as the Cougar lead pushed out to 3, 20-17, and the second free throw's off the mark, no good. And the rebound comes down to San Jose State. Oberg clears it ahead, and now San Jose State into front court with it. Driving baseline goes the Spartans, trying a little crossover move, won't get the shot to fall, but nonetheless heading to the free throw line will be the Spartans, as drawing a foul that time is going to be Ella O'Shear. So O'Shear, the junior out of Melbourne, will go to the stripe as they whistle that foul on Washington State. And they're going to call that one on Charlize Ledger-Walker. So again, only 2 fouls total on the Cougars, but both against Charlize. So now the first free throws for San Jose State, and O'Shear will connect on the first one. O'Shear, again for the San Jose State team, a junior out of Melbourne, picks up her first point. Second free throw also good. And with that, the Spartans have gotten back to within 1 at 20-19. Tara Wallach checks back in. She'll come in for Ula Matuga. So the 5 on the court for the Cougars. Wallach, Sarver, both of the Ledger-Walker sisters, and Emma Nankervis. With the ball, Sarver, ball stripped away from her. And here comes Galden into front court. Stops at the three-point line, cross-courts it over to the right-hand side to O'Shear. She sends it back out to the top of the key to Mendez. Ball knocked away. Crystal Ledger-Walker takes it away. Gonna try and go coast to coast. Puts it up and lays it in. So Crystal Ledger-Walker has her first 2. It's 22-19 Washington State. 2.5 minutes into the second quarter here. Ball passing out towards the top. Wallach got a hand on it, but San Jose State will keep possession. Now the handoff will go to Ross. She's got Sarver on her. Puts up the 3, which is contested. It won't go. Shear working hard for the offensive board and comes away with it. Now looking for a reverse layup, and that's some good work there from Ella O'Shear to get the bucket. A lot of effort, and she's got the last 4 for San Jose State. Now they're going to call an offensive foul on Emma Nankervis, backing her way down the lane. So that'll be logged down as another turnover for Washington State, and that is now 11 turnovers in the first 13 minutes for the Cougars. And again, despite shooting almost 60%, they've only got the 22 points because of those 11 turnovers. And the Spartans have a chance to take a lead here in the second as Galden drives between 2 defenders, and that'll roll around the rim twice and fall in. So the Spartans have the lead. It's 23-22, 6:40 and counting left to play before halftime. Nankervis at the high post will give it over to Crystal Ledger-Walker out at the top. Left alone, so she'll fire up the 3. Got it! Crystal Ledger-Walker with a triple. She's got her first 3 of the season, 5 in the game, and the Cougars seesaw back in front. Galden puts one up from 15. That one rims away. Rebound down to Crystal Ledger-Walker. She'll start it up court. Surveying traffic, now penetrates in, finds Sarver. Free throw line jumper just inside the line, and it's good from about 12 feet away. So a quick 5 points from the Cougars, and they're up 27-23. San Jose State trying to get some back as Bonai's got it at the arc. She'll give it up to Jones, who drives into the paint. Puts it up too strong, rebound to Nankervis. The Cougars heading back the other way as Crystal Ledger-Walker again into forecourt. Gets it inside the Wallach, spins to the right, puts it up with the right hand, won't go. Battle for the rebound, and then it comes down to Jones. Bonai off the outlet, streaking up the far sideline, steps into the lane, puts up a shot that doesn't go. Charlize Ledger-Walker down with it as we're going end to end now, and Charlize stops at the three-point line, finds Nankervis as the trailer, and she'll put it up and in with the left hand. Emma Nankervis, her first 2. The Cougars with 7 straight points after falling behind 23-22, and they're now up a half a dozen as we approach the midway point of quarter number 2. Ross at the head of the key, goes on a skip pass inside, standing in and taking the contact as Charlize Ledger-Walker, and it will be an offensive foul against the Spartans. L.A. Bonai will pick up the foul. That'll be her second personal. And that means the Cougars with the ball with 5:04 left to play before halftime. Michaela Jones into the contest for the Cougars. She will come in along with Bella Murakatate. Crystal Ledger-Walker, Grace Sorber, and Tara Wallach stay out there. Sorber at the right wing with the dribble, picks it up and gives it to Jones at the top of the key. Michaela gets a screen from Bella Murakatate, and now a holding foul whistled against the Spartans, and that one's going to go against Auburn. It's also going to take us to a timeout. So again, the foul going on Megan Oberg as she will pick up her first personal foul. Is that who we got it on? We'll double check on that on the break, but we will take a timeout with 4:47 left to play here before halftime. Washington State on a 7-0 run, back on top. It's the Cougs 29, the Spartans 23, and this is Cougar basketball from Learfield, IMG College. Well, Stevie Rubbs welcome back here once again to Beasley Coliseum. 29-23, Washington State now with a 6-point lead here, just past the midway point of the second quarter. 4:47 left to play in the second. By the way, just to clean things up out of the timeout, Ella O'Shear picked up that last foul on the Spartans. It'll be her third foul of the quarter against San Jose State, so the Cougars will inbound on the baseline. Again, Beasley Coliseum, the site of the first two games for the Cougar women. They'll be here over the weekend as well. Inbounds pass to Bella Murakatate. She's in the air, puts it up, and that one's going to miss, and the rebound comes down to San Jose State. Probably would have done better to come back down to the ground and go back up with it. You know, Sydney Jones on the way. Not sure if she just got that one off the bottom of the backboard or whether Bella got a piece. In any case, as they go after the loose ball, Michaela Jones going to be whistled for a foul, and that'll be her first personal. Had only one foul in all of the opening 10 minutes. Meanwhile, 3 fouls apiece so far here in the second quarter, so each team with a foul to give. O'Shear into the lane, little crossover, then has the ball knocked away from her as Bella was unable to give her a clear path to the rim, and the Cougars come away with it. Crystal Ledger-Walker into forecourt, looking for options, gives it to Sorber. Sorber just out beyond the three-point line will set up the offense. Stops at the arc, now keeps the dribble going, gets it inside the Bella, but that ball knocked away, and that time they forced it a little too much. Torres comes away with it for San Jose State, and the Cougars continue with a lot of turnovers, which has kept San Jose State in this one in the first half. Sydney Jones over to the right-hand side, picks up the dribble, looking to hand off, does give it to Torres. She's got it in the far corner, puts one up from 16. That one a club too short. The rebound comes down to Washington State. A Sorber comes away with it. Now up court will come Crystal Ledger-Walker at the three-point arc. Penetrates in, will give it to Bella. Ball knocked away though, and O'Shear takes it away as again they are crowding things in the paint, and that has caused some problems for the Cougars of again giving the ball up back over to the Spartans. Driving in, pass comes near side. Torres a three, that one's going to go off the rim, no good. Bella with the rebound. The outlet pass to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Across the timeline, she will bring it, stops, gives it inside to Wallach this time, spins, puts it up a little too strong. Then the rebound this time coming down to Oberg. Now Bonai into front court for San Jose State. Neither team has put any points up since we've come back out of the media timeout. 3 minutes and counting, still a 6-point lead for the Cougars as Bonai a little up and under, and she puts it up and in. So Bonai will pick up the bucket. She's now got 8 and a timeout taken by Cammie Etheridge. This one will just be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here as we've already had the media break for the second quarter. 29-25, Washington State on top by 4. Well, congratulations to Todd Schulenberger and the Washington State University women's soccer team. They are off to the NCAA tournament once again. Women's soccer hosting Montana in an opening round matchup. That'll take place Saturday at 5 o'clock at Lower Soccer Field. Also, congratulations to Kyle Smith and the Washington State University men. They opened up their season here at Beasley Coliseum this afternoon in a game that got underway at 12 o'clock noon. The Cougars an 18-point win over Alcorn State. Cougar volleyball back in action this weekend, Thursday and Saturday in the Bay Area. I will actually be with Cougar volleyball this weekend, so we will not have radio coverage for you, but if you want to head to the website, WSUCougars.com, we will have a live stream available of Cougar women's basketball for you as they will be back in action taking on Northern Arizona. Well, and it goes to Bella, puts up a couple shots, can't get either to fall. Once again gets it, and this time has a chance at an and one. So Bella missed a couple of opportunities and then ultimately got it back and puts it in while being fouled, and will have a chance at the and one here. So we will have a free throw coming up here for Bella Murakatate. She will try and expand this Cougar lead out to 7. By the way, the foul called against the Spartans. Here comes the free throw from Bella. As she comes set, first free throw of the season, up and off the mark, no good. Ball out of bounds, last touching San Jose State. Bella, her first season as a Cougar, just 52% from the free throw line, upped it to 70% last year, but did miss that free throw, so still at 8 points, and the Cougar lead still at 6, 31-25. By the way, O'Shear picked up that last foul. Shot from the Cougs, off the mark, no good. Otuga, another rebound. So the Cougars clean up on the offensive glass on this end of the last possession. Michaela Jones in the near corner, gonna drive baseline, now gets cut off, so we'll bring it back out with the shot clock down to 7. Pass inside to Bella Murakatate, and she's open for the layup. So that is going to be a layup for Bella Murakatate, and with that, she has got 10. And is now your leading scorer for Washington State as they've got a 33-25 lead. O'Shear comes to the high post, Sydney Jones with it. She'll put one up from the left elbow, and that one good for Sydney Jones. So Jones has her second bucket, or making her first bucket, her first 2 points. 33-27, Cougs by a half a dozen, minute 40 to play before intermission. Charlize Ledger-Walker out at the top of the key, gives it to Ula Motuga. Now Charlize Ledger-Walker with it. Back to Ula as the shot clock down to 9. Charlize to Crystal Ledger-Walker, down to 5 on the shot clock, now down to 3. Crystal's gonna put one up on a little spin around shot, and that turnaround jumper good from Crystal Ledger-Walker. She's up to 7 now, and the Cougar lead back out to 8, 35-27, with just a little over a minute to go before we reach halftime. Galden at the top of the key, drives into the paint, puts one up with the left hand, and that one will go for Galden, who's got 3 baskets. She's up to a half a dozen, and it's 35-29 Washington State. Now under a minute to play in the second quarter. Crystal Ledger-Walker to Charlize. She's gonna go once again inside to Bella, and again wide open underneath. She's got her 6th basket already, and for Bella Murakatate, 6 of 11, and a dozen points to lead the way for the Cougars as they're up by 8, 37-29. Half a minute to go, first half. Shot clock, first half clock, about 13 seconds difference. There's a steal from Bella. Gonna go length of the court, lay it up and in. So Bella, who also seems to have come up a little bit gimpy as well, not sure if she maybe turned something as she's trying to make her way over to the sideline, and now will be given some help. She got the steal, and then as she was making her way down court, just kind of came up and wasn't feeling so good, and it looked like an awkward layup for her, and she may be cramping is what is happening here for Bella. As again, came away with that steal, and then as she was going coast to coast, it looked like the cramp almost hit her about a second before she went for the layup. I'm not sure if she was thinking about trying to throw that one down or not, but Bella, if you've seen any videos on social media, she has done that before in practice, and that was about as good as an opportunity as you were going to get, but again, she ends up getting the layup. That's the good news, and she's led the way with 14 points in the first half. All right, pass goes over for a 3 from the corner from Galden that's off the mark. 3 seconds to work with as Motuga winding her way, puts up a half-court shot, and that will take us to the end of the opening half. Well, the Cougars up by 10. The Spartans, well, they got into it for a while there. As a matter of fact, took a lead here in the second quarter, but in the second quarter, the Cougars closed things out well. As a matter of fact, for San Jose State, they took the lead 23-22. But the Cougars outscore them 17-6 in what was the final 5.5 minutes of this second quarter. And they now have a 10-point lead here at halftime. Our halftime score, Washington State 39, San Jose State 29. Cougar fans singing along with the fight song up easily. Butch on hand as well, and we're glad to have you with us for all of the exciting play-by-play action. We'll go ahead, though, and step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of your halftime stats. It's next. Again, at halftime, Washington State 39, San Jose State 29 as we step away from Beasley. This weekend, Cougar women's basketball, volleyball Thursday and Saturday. Also, we can let you know that the Cougs are getting set for what will be Bay Area action in volleyball. It'll be in California Thursday and then Stanford on Saturday. All right, second half underway. Cougars in the white tops and also the crimson numerals and lettering. That will open up the second half of action. Ula Motuga, out it goes to Wallach. Now over to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Tries to feed it inside, but the ball knocked out of bounds as both teams coming out with the same starters that they had to open up the ball game here. And it's the Cougars going right to left as we see things on the radio side of things, and San Jose State going from left to right. Inbounds pass out to Ula Motuga out at the top of the key. She'll give it to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Charlize gives it back over to Crystal. She'll put one up, mid-range jumper from 16. That's off the iron, no good. Ula Motuga with the rebound after Sydney Jones went down. And Ula Motuga will put it up and in. So Ula continues her good work. She's the second Cougar to double digits. She's up to 11. And the Cougars now up by 12. And it becomes their biggest lead as the ball knocked out of bounds. And it will be Washington State University basketball. So the Cougars now up by a dozen, and again, this becomes their biggest lead of the basketball game. They were trailing by 23-22 with 6.5 to play in the second quarter and went on a 17-6 run to finish off the quarter. So now a 19-6 run to go up here by a dozen. Meanwhile, shot in traffic from Bonai, no good. Charlize Ledger-Walker blocking out, and on her back is going to be Megan Oberg as she'll pick up her first personal. Sure, part of the conversation at halftime was limiting the turnovers for Washington State. Again, they had 13 in the first half, and although San Jose State didn't cash in on a lot of those turnovers, it just was a lot of missed opportunities for the Cougars. Otherwise, they could have had more points in that opening 20 minutes. All right, Charlize Ledger-Walker back out to Crystal. She's got it out high on the left, directing traffic. Will bounce it to the high post and Ula Motuga. Motuga finding wide open underneath the hoop. Charlize Ledger-Walker, and a nice look there from Ula. And Charlize with the reverse layup for her 6th and 7th points. It's a beautiful pass inside and then a nice easy flip to the hoop that time from Charlize. Noah Shears got it at the right wing, working against Charlize Ledger-Walker. Now has Bella on her after a screen. Sends it up top to Oberg and now over to the left-hand side to Bonai. She's got it in the far corner, directing traffic herself there, and sends it up top to Sydney Jones. Jones back to the right side to O'Shear. Shot clock down to 2, down to 1. Shot up right at the shot clock expires. They say that it was good as far as getting the shot off, but the shot rims away no good, and the rebound comes down to Washington State. Cougs by 14, only 2 points so far. Actually make it 4 now for the Cougars here in the second half in the opening 2 minutes. Now Charlize Ledger-Walker for 3 off the side of the rim, but Crystal down with the rebound. Baseline jumper from 15 won't go, and now we've got a rebounding foul whistled against San Jose State. Oberg wanting it whistled on Bella, but the officials go the other way with it, and Oberg will be called for her second personal. And the Cougars will inbound on the baseline with 7:49 left to play third quarter. Again, 25 points from Motuga and Bella combined. Meanwhile, the inbounds pass to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She will bury a 3. That's her first of the season. And now Charlize Ledger-Walker will join the double-digit club, the third member of that club for Washington State. And San Jose State wants an early second half timeout. The reason why? The Cougars have opened up the third quarter on a 7-0 run. And this 10-point halftime lead has ballooned out to 17. It's the Cougars 46 The Spartans 29. 7:38 left to play third quarter as we step aside. It's Cougar women's basketball from Learfield, IMG College. Well, St. Groves looking back early timeout here in the third quarter from San Jose State after the Cougars rattled off the first 7 points of the third quarter. It was a basket from Ula Motuga, another basket, this one from Charlize Ledger-Walker, and also a three in there as well from Charlize Ledger-Walker. Meanwhile, for San Jose State, they've missed the only 2 shots they've taken in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, 3 for 6. And again, the 10-point halftime lead now out to a 17-point third quarter lead for the Cougars. And if you include the final 6 minutes of the second quarter, it is now a 24-6 Washington State run. With the ball, San Jose State, they get it to Galden. She wants to find some room. Will put one up from the left elbow. That will end up off the mark, no good. And Bella goes up to claim the rebound for Washington State. That'll be her 7th. Motuga, a rebound shy of a double-double here tonight. And it's been a good day for Bill as well with 14 and 7. Meanwhile, in it goes to Tara Wallach, and the freshman has gotten her first points as a Cougar, and her first points as a collegiate athlete. She's on the board, and it's a 9-0 Cougar run to start off the third quarter. 48-29, the Cougars lead now out to 19. Jones gives it to Galden, three-pointer on the way, and that one good from Galden to stem the tide just a bit. She becomes the first Spartan to double digits as she's now out to a dozen herself, and it's 48-32. 6.5 left to play third quarter. Wallach drives in, kicks out to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Screen coming from Bella. Crystal turns the corner, puts it up. That one's going to be a little too short, and then a rebounding foul call on Bella Murakatate. Again, the Cougs have done a good job of staying out of any foul trouble. Charlize had a couple in the first half, but other than that, 1 foul on Nan Curvis, 1 on Michaela Jones, and that becomes the first foul of the second half, and that's the first for Bella. They played pretty solid defense. Meanwhile, it's a violation against San Jose State as the player, Oberg, started to wander on the baseline, and it's not after a made shot, it was after a foul. She can't do that, so with that, a violation and a turnover for San Jose State. Inbounds pass will come into Bella. She'll hand off. Charlize Ledger-Walker for 3. Got it! Second 3 for Charlize Ledger-Walker. And just like that, she's out to 13 points. She had 5 at halftime, 8 in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. It's 51-32 Washington State. Driving in Oberg. That one a block from Motuga, but they say she got her as well. Saying she got her on the arm. Ula Motuga will pick up her first personal. Taking another look at it, and I think she did get her. So good call there from the officials as we got a second look at it. And heading to the free throw line, it will be Megan Oberg. Oberg, a senior out of New York, a transfer in out of Rhode Island. A lot of new faces on this San Jose State team. They were doing their best to withstand the pressure of going up against the Cougars on the road here to open up the season, but they just haven't been able to hit enough shots recently. They're down to now 14 out of 38, 37% in the game. A little undersized as well against the Pac-12 opponent. Meanwhile, Oberg hits her first free throw. The senior's got 3 points now. That one added to a field goal she had in the first half, and the second free throw up and good as well. So a couple of foul shots for Oberg. It's now 6 minutes left to play in the third, and the Cougs by 17. Bella has it in the paint. A crowd will form. She's going to dribble it once, spin around the defender, but put it up a little too strong, and it's no good, and Oberg comes away with the rebound. Galden will bring it across and end the front court for San Jose State, again wearing the black uniforms tonight as the road team. They get it inside for a little left-handed shot that gets the friendly roll, and that one's going to fall in for Jaden Watson, who has just checked in. So she'll pick up her first 2. It's now 51-36, Cougs by 15. Murakatate at the high post, sends it out to Charlize Ledger-Walker, and it will go to Wallach, who puts it up and in. Thank you very much, Charlize Ledger-Walker, on the assist. And Tara Wallach, has her second basket as a Coug, and she's up to 4 points. 53-36 as we approach the midway point of quarter number 3 at Beasley in the season opener. Torres at the right wing working against Charlize Ledger-Walker. Can't find any room. Kicks it out. It's going to go back into backcourt and will be an over and back violation for San Jose State. It's also going to just cross the midway point of the third quarter, which means we got a chance to step aside one more time. 4:55 left to play in the third as it's a timeout on the court. And the Cougars up by 17. Charlize Ledger-Walker showing some of her skills from a year ago. Had 5 at halftime, 8 third quarter points, and the Cougars lead is 17, 53-36. And we'll take a timeout and then return to Beasley. This is Cougar Women's Basketball from Learfield, IMG College. Well, 4:55 left to play, third quarter from Beasley Coliseum. It is Washington State over San Jose State in the season opener, 53-36. The Cougars led by 4 at the end of 10 minutes, 19-15. San Jose State briefly took a lead at 23-22, led this game for 16 seconds. And then the Cougars went on a 17-6 run the final 6.5 of the second quarter. Led by 10 at halftime and have outscored the Spartans so far 14-7 here in the third quarter. And Charlize Ledger-Walker a couple of threes and 8 of the 14 points. She's now out to 13. It's Bella Murikatate with 14, Charlize Ledger-Walker with 13, and Ula Matuga with 11. 3 double-digit scores for the Cougars here in this one. The freshman, Tara Locke, nice little bounce pass down to Bella Murikatate for a wide-open layup. That'll be her 8th bucket. She's got 16 points. The Cougars continue to add on with the assists. They're up to 15 in the contest. 15 assists on what's been 25 makes. And it's now 55-36 Washington State. Bella now 1 point shy of a career high. Meanwhile, the ball knocked away. There's Crystal Ledger-Walker coming back across the timeline. Stops and pops from 13. A little bit short. The rebound comes down to Sydney Jones. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker looked like she may have taken a shot to the eye or the nose area. She was having a hard time getting back up court. Hopefully she's okay, but right now kind of hunched over just a little bit. Meanwhile, she wants to take time. Meanwhile, there's a three-pointer put up, and that one good for what is San Jose State. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker still maybe dealing with just a little bit of a watery eye of some sort, and now she is going to make her way off. Yeah, she got poked in the eye, I think. Hopefully that's all it is, but she is certainly not happy with her right eye. That seems to be the biggest source of discomfort for her. By the way, Watson Jaden, the freshman from Wayne, New Jersey, hit that last triple for San Jose State. And it's 55-39 as Charlize Ledger-Walker will be tended to at the end of the bench. And again, hopefully nothing too serious there. All right, 3:45 left to play third quarter. Cougs inbound. Sarver's into the game. She's going to drive into the paint, puts up a shot, will draw the foul, and you can count it. Oh, how about Grace Sarver, the junior from the Emerald City, for an and one. Foul whistled against the Spartans. That foul is going to be whistled against the San Jose State Spartans and send Grace Sarver to the free throw line. Grace set, free throw up. That one rattling out, no good. Fluker, by the way, picking up the foul call, her first. As Sarver again missing the and one, but it's still 57-39 Washington State. They have an 18-point advantage. O'Shear losing the ball and ultimately a foul whistle. They're going to call it on Motuga. So she'll pick up her second. That's the third against the Cougars. Each team still with a foul to give. Haven't had a lot of foul shots tonight. Cougars have not done well at the free throw line. Just 1 out of 4, while San Jose State a perfect 4 for 4 at the free throw line. Spartans with it. This is San Jose State at the top of the key. Swings it over to the right side. Now the pass inside, knocked away by Crystal Ledger-Walker. Sarver now trying to pass it in the front court with an interception momentarily, Deja Ross. They reset the shot clock. Not sure that they want the shot clock reset. Was there possession or not for San Jose State? They're going to come over and talk to the scoreboard. They may take a few seconds off that shot clock if there was no possession from San Jose State, and I don't think there was. Ross had her hands on it, and they are going to move the shot clock down to 19. 19 doesn't really seem right, but I think that's what they're going to settle on. Just doesn't seem like it would be 11 seconds since they came up court with it. I mean, we had the rebound, and we're making our way up court, and a pass came up court after the change of possession, and it was right away out of bounds. So I don't think it was 19. I think it's more like 26, 27, somewhere in there. So the two officials will go courtside to review the footage to see how much time should be on the shot clock. I know they say time flies when you're getting older, but I'm not that old quite yet. We didn't spend 11 seconds there. I think it was maybe 3, 4, right? Well, we're having fun. They also say time flies when you're having fun. We're up by 18 points, but again, we'll count it down and take a look at the video to see where we should be at. Tiffany Bird is going to bring them out, and they'll put 25 left on the shot clock. That seems more like it. All right, so the Cougars will inbound just to the right of me is Grace Sorber getting set to trigger it in. Again, the Cougars out to an 18-point lead, trying to win a season opener over San Jose State. Wallach will hand off. Crystal Ledger-Walker, fake to the right, went to the left, now gets a screen, puts up a 3. That one's going to rim off, no good. And the rebound will come down to Deja Rose. Long down court pass, there to collect a member of the Spartans, but then it's knocked out of her hands, and it last touches Desai Flaker. And so with that, Fluker will be the last to touch it. Will be out of bounds to Washington State. 3 and change left to play third quarter. 57-39. Washington State by 18 as driving in will go Wallach. Gets cut off, so kick out to Motugo for 3. That one's too strong. And it ends up out of bounds. Last touching San Jose State. And a nice job by Tara Wallach to sidestep the basketball because she was an out of bounds player. If it would have touched her, it would have been San Jose State's ball. Now they're talking about the shot clock again. Right now it says 15. And they want to know if they think that's right. I think it is. They didn't have anything hit the rim. We had a rebound, but we didn't have anything hit the rim, so it should be at 15. All right, inbounds pass will come in. It comes out to Wallach out at the top of the key. She's going to drive down the right side of the lane. It's a little bit short, but she's fouled on the play. And we'll head to the line. Foul's going to be whistled on Ross, her first personal. Well, it's our first look in regular season action at Tara Wallach. Again, 6'2", so she's got some size. She's got some length. As the freshman getting set for the free throw, and her first one's up, and that one off the rim, no good, and she'll have another one coming here. Cougs were relatively good at the free throw line a year ago, but it's been a tough start so far tonight. Second free throw up, and that one's in and out, no good, and the rebound comes down to Bonai. So with that, it's San Jose State still trailing by 18 and with the basketball. Bonai on the near sideline. We'll put one up from about 15, and that one's good. Got off to a real quick start, but hasn't scored a whole lot since. That does put her to double digits. She's the second Spartan to get to double digits, so she's got 10. Golden leading the way with a dozen for San Jose State. Motuga in the far corner. Cross courts it over to Sorber for a 3. That one on its way, off the rim, and a rebound fought for, and it's a couple of players hitting the deck, and they're going to call a foul on Bella Murakatate. Second personal on her. She got tied up with a Spartan heading to the floor, and ultimately Bella going to be whistled for the foul, and that's again going to be her second personal. So both teams now at 4 in the third quarter, so one away from the bonus on both sides for the final 2:15 of the third. Washington State up 57-41. They've outscored San Jose State 6 since halftime. Had a 10-point lead at halftime. Now it's 16 as Bonai puts up a 3, but getting a piece is Bella. The Cougars have it. Grace Sorber comes to a stop, gets the pass off to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Now it's going to be Wallach. That ball knocked away by San Jose State. By the way, good to see Charlize back out there. Again, I think she just got poked in the eye. And again, if you've ever been poked in the eye, it's going to bug you for a little bit. Now apparently good and ready to go again. Inbounds pass, sister to sister, from Crystal out to Charlize out at the head of the key. Looks over to the sideline for the play call. Now will direct traffic and wants Crystal to take over. Right back over to Charlize now. At the three-point line, starts to penetrate in, comes to a stop, kicks out to server. She'll fake the shot, then bring it back out to Charlize. Crystal at the three-point line, puts up a shot, won't go. Bella there for the rebound. Down to 3, down to 2. Bella puts up a shot! Got it! Bella from about 15, and it's now a career-high 18 points for Bella Murakatate. And the Cougar lead also out to 18. Meanwhile, into the paint will go the Spartans, and a foul whistled against Washington State. Charlize Ledger-Walker will pick up her third, but Bella again 17 against the Stanford Cardinal a year ago. That was her season high until, of course, the end of the season. Also became a career high, but her 18 tonight eclipses that, so a career high 18 for Bella Murakatate tonight. Meanwhile, to the foul line will go Stephanie Torres for a couple of free throws, and well, the Cougars can't buy a free throw, it appears. San Jose State hasn't missed from the foul line. They're a perfect 5 for 5. So that free throw will inch the Spartans a little bit closer, and another free throw good from Torres. So again, a 16-point lead as the Cougars have been with a double-digit lead all second half, but can't quite expand on what was their biggest lead of 19. Now Charlize Ledger-Walker with it, getting rid of one defender, leans in, puts up a shot, draws the foul, and we'll head to the free throw line. O'Shea asking, what can I do? She created the contact. The problem is O'Shea just didn't have good enough legal guarding position, so it does come a foul on her. So now it'll be Charlize Ledger-Walker to the free throw line. Again, she had 5 at halftime, 8 in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter, and still sits at 13. Murakatate with her 18 leading the way, and then Charlize second in line. And the sophomore's first free throw this trip up, and that one's perfect. So another free throw coming for her. And she's now up to 14 points on the night, and the second free throw is good as well. So 10 in the quarter, 15 in the game for Charlize, and the lead out to 18 at 61-43. A minute to play in our third frame of action. Golden weaving her way around the three-point line. Now Charlize Ledger-Walker on her. Golden will step back, put up a 3. That one's off the mark, no good. Trying to tip it up and in is Oberg, but it won't go. And there for the rebound is Wallach. Rebound to Crystal Ledger-Walker. She finds Bella at the high post, fakes the shot, drives in, puts it up with the right hand, and it's now a first 20-point performance for Bella Murakatate. She's got 20 to lead the way, and the Cougar lead now the biggest it's been all night, out to 20. Under a half a minute to go, the shot clock turned off here for the final possession. We'll see if the San Jose State uses it. Instead, we'll have a foul, and free throws upcoming. So we'll see who the foul ultimately gets whistled against. Waiting for the official word. It will be on Wallach. She'll pick up her first, and Deja Ross will try and find her first points of the game at the free throw line. 19.9 left on the third quarter clock as Ross's first free throw snapped up and good, and she'll pick up her first point of the basketball game. And Cougars got it to 20 as far as their biggest lead of the contest before that free throw. Now the second free throw also good from Deja Ross, and it's 63-45. Cougs, you would think, playing for the final shot here of the third with 15 seconds left as they cross the midcourt stripe. Crystal Ledger-Walker will have it with 10. She's got it over to the left wing with Golden on her hip. Now we'll pass it inside to Bella. She's going to go up strong with it, and you can make it the double deuce. 22 points through the first 3 quarters for Bella Murakatate as she is racking up the points in the paint, and the Cougars have pushed their lead back out to 20 once more. They score 26 in the third quarter and outscore the Spartans 26-16, and they double up their halftime lead from 10 to 20. 10 minutes to go in Pullman. Washington State 65, San Jose State 45. It's Cougar women's basketball from Learfield IMG College. Well, we welcome you back here to Beasley Coliseum. Final quarter about ready to get started. The Cougars have pushed their lead out to 20, 65-45, and the Cougars are just taking control of the paint in this one. Points in the paint. Washington State's got 46. San Jose State 16. So the Cougars have outscored Spartans by 30 in the paint. So not only do you have a 46-16 points in the paint advantage, you've also out-rebounded San Jose State 35-18. And Bella Murakatate has been the biggest contributor there in the paint. She is 11 of 17 and has a career-high 22 points here tonight. And the Cougars again up by 20 as we start the fourth quarter, and San Jose State's got the basketball. Deja Ross going to go baseline, gets cut off there by Sarver, shovels it back out to the outside. Now it'll be Olberg from the baseline, and that one will rattle home for her. Megan Olberg's second basket also has a couple of free throws, so she's up to 6. And the Spartans get the opening 2 points of the fourth quarter. Crystal Ledger-Walker feeds it inside to Wallach. She's going to try a spin-around move. That one off the heel of the rim, no good. Emma Nankervis down with the rebound. And she'll kick it out to Grace Sarver. Now Crystal Ledger-Walker out between the circles, gives it over to Charlize, right back to Crystal. Crystal off the screen, feeds it to Emma Nankervis, wide open underneath the basket, and missed the basket. All right, so San Jose State trying to capitalize off the missed opportunity there as Sanchez penetrates in. That one won't go, and Nankervis will clean up the rebound, and the Cougars back into forecourt. There's Nankervis at the high post, gives it to Sarver at the three-point arc. Her three on the way, it rims off no good. And they're away with the rebound is going to be Fluker, and actually make that Sydney Jones, excuse me. And now on the other side, a three-pointer off the mark, no good. And there for the rebound, Tara Wallach. The blue numerals on the black uniforms, not the easiest to read for San Jose State, but that's what they've chosen to go with their unis tonight. Nankervis giving it out to Sarver around the screen, takes it to the right elbow, kicks it out. Three ball, Charlize Ledger-Walker, got it! Third three of the contest for Charlize, and after 5 points in the first half, 13 here in the second half, and she's near her season average of a year ago at 18. Golden tries to reply with the three of her own, won't get it, and then as Nankervis had the ball taken away from her, they're going to call a foul on Stephanie Torres. Well, the Cougars hit their fifth triple of the night. But again, you want to look at the story in this one. The Cougars again outscoring San Jose State 46-16 points in the paint so far tonight. And they've also out-rebounded the Spartans 39-20. So they have taken advantage of their size against the San Jose State team tonight. But also the triples have helped. 5 now for the Cougars on what's 5 out of 16 shooting. Now Crystal Ledger-Walker gives it to Nankervis. Back out it comes to Charlize. At the three-point line, little stop-and-go move. Puts it up and in with the left hand. Well, 5 in the first half. Was there any doubt that she'd approach 20, if not get there? If there was, you didn't see her play last year. She's got 15 in the half, 20 in the game. Shot put up, blocked away by Charlize Ledger-Walker. O'Shear comes away with it. Out to the corner. There's a three from Bonai that's off the heel of the rim. There to collect the rebound, Tara Wallach. By the way, that last basket from Charlize Ledger-Walker has given the Cougars their biggest lead tonight. They're now up 70-47. Crystal Ledger-Walker has it in the corner. Back out to Wallach. She's going to let a three fly. Got it! Tara Wallach. First career three. She's got 7. And the Cougars now pouring it on. They lead 73-47. Now with the ball, it's going to be Bonai at the right wing. She's harassed by Sarver. Takes it into the corner. Brings it back out to Jones. She'll spin around from Crystal Ledger-Walker and we'll get the bucket. After the made basket, San Jose State wants a timeout. So we'll step aside one more time in game action and then come back for the final 6:41 in this one. Washington State, their lead pushed out to 24. It's 73-49. Bella, a career-high 22. And oh yeah, Charlize heating up in the second half again. She's up to 20 for Washington State. And we will come back for their final 6:41 after this It's back to Beasley in just a bit. This is Cougar basketball from Learfield, IMG College. Well, Steve Rubs, welcome back once again here to Beasley Coliseum. Washington State up now to 73 points as they have scored 34 points in just over 13 minutes here in the second half. And one of the big reasons why they haven't turned the ball over in this half. They had 11 turnovers in the first half, still scored 39, but only 2 turnovers here in the second half. And you can see what this offense can do if they don't turn the basketball over. And it was an effective offense in the first half. They just limited their own possessions with those turnovers. All right, so we're with it on offense as we do get back into it. 6.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Wallach has it at the left wing, starts to drive in, gets it down low to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Now the pass is going to be cross court, and there is the turnover, just the third of the second half, but the Cougars will turn it over to San Jose State. Bonai into the paint, kicks out to the right-hand side. Now pass comes back to Bonai right in front of the San Jose State bench. Has it at the three-point line, penetrates into the paint, puts one up from 12. It's going to be off the mark, and Nankervis will collect the rebound for the Cougs. And they bring it across with 6 and counting left to play here in the third quarter, make it the fourth quarter. Michaela Jones over to Sarver. She feeds it inside to Nankervis. One dribble to the basket and puts it up and in. Emma Nankervis has her second basket of the night, and the junior from Australia has picked up her third and fourth points, and the Cougars up 75 to 49. With the ball, it'll be Watson over to the left-hand side to Bonai. Now back to Watson will come. Thought about a three but didn't fire. Instead goes inside to Oberg, working against Wallach, and she got around her to put it up and in. So Oberg's got 8, and it's 75 to 51. As we're knocking on the door of the midway point here in the fourth quarter. 5:10 and counting left to play in the fourth. Nice pass inside the Grace Sarver. Foul called. Another assist, this one from Wallach. And Grace Sarver will have a chance at an and one. So Grace Sarver finds her third bucket. That'll make it 77 to 51. That will also become the 20th assist of the night for Washington State, a team that averaged a little over 14 a year ago, and they now have 20 assists tonight. Meanwhile, Sarver to the free throw line. Missed her and one opportunity earlier, but connects on this one, so Sarver now has 7. And the Cougar lead is out to 78 to 51.
One turnover in the half.
Make it just 1 turnover in the second half, so I had that wrong. I thought they had 11. They actually had 13 at halftime, so that 1 turnover we had was the big difference. Meanwhile, there was a shot put up that was no good from Sanchez, and the rebound coming down to what is San Jose State, but they missed the long-range shot, and Nankervis comes up with the rebound. Again, the Cougars are cleaning up on the boards. They've out-rebounded San Jose State 42 to 22 tonight. Charlize Ledger-Walker tries to feed it to Michaela Jones, and we started talking about the turnovers when they came. I did it the first time, and then Chris Caskey does it this time, but we'll take a shared blame on that one, and now the Cougs have a couple here in the second half. 4:35 and counting left to play in the fourth. Sanchez at the three-point line will hand off. With it now in control of it is going to be Shields, who just checked in. She's going to hand it off. They get it down low. Shot put up, and Wallach got a block shot. Nankervis will come up with a loose ball, and Washington State back into front court with 4 1/4 left to play here in the basketball game. Cougs in their exhibition game scored 89 against St. Martin's and then poured in over 100 against Northwest Nazarene. Meanwhile, Michaela Jones is going to take it to the hoop, and she will be fouled. And the foul whistled against San Jose State and against Mendez. So Autumn has the foul called against her. Meanwhile, to the free throw line, Michaela Jones. Redshirt junior out of Wymore, Nebraska. She'll hit her first free throw and will have a chance at another. Cougars last season, a little over 63 points per game. They're looking for point number 80 tonight, and they will collect that and have an 80 to 51 lead over San Jose State. They've already eclipsed what they had in the first 20 minutes, 16 minutes here into the second half. They had 39 at halftime, 41 so far here in the second half. This is Sanchez with it, takes it to the baseline. Nankervis trailing her, puts up a shot. Nankervis got a piece, and the rebound to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Hits a streaking Tara Wallach, who gets the layup on the other end. And the freshman has checked in with 9 points on the day. So she is close to double digits in her collegiate debut. Charlize Ledger-Walker got a piece of the ball but couldn't get away from Mendez. But try again. She does get it this time, and she gets the basket. Well, we mentioned a career high for Bella with 22. This is the 13th time in the short career of Charlize Ledger-Walker that she's gotten to 20 or more. Did it 12 times last season. Now to 22 here tonight, and she has scored 17 of her 22 here in the second half. 84-51 as the Spartans use their final timeout of the night. This will be just a 30-second timeout. Meanwhile, Grace Sarver checking in with us. That doesn't work. You got to go down to the book and get yourself officially checked in, and she will make her way down there to do that. 3:22 remaining. Cougars looking for the 7th win in the series against San Jose State. Cougars have led this series 6-3, including winning 5 out of 6 here in Pullman. The Cougars last played the Spartans in 2015, right around Thanksgiving, and came away with a 15-point win that night. It was a high-scoring affair, 95-80. Meanwhile, tonight it is 84-51 Washington State. Cougars have limited San Jose State to just 36% shooting, while the Cougars themselves have shot 58% tonight. Bella Murakatate, again, a career-high 22 points. And how about the addition of the freshman, Tara Wallach? She has poured in 9 in her collegiate debut. And again, the Cougars up by 33 here with 3 1/4 left to play. Couple of fresh faces in. This is Galden. She's been in before. Meanwhile, for the Spartans, they get it over to Galden in the corner. 3-pointer on the way, but it's a little short. Offensive rebound. Another crack at it for the Spartans, but they throw it away, and we'll give it back over to Washington State. 3:04 left to play on what was a banner-raising night for the Cougars. Put up the banner, which added 2021 to the NCAA tournament appearances. Again, there was one low number on that banner before last season, and it was all the way back in 1991. Wallach, a free throw line jumper, doesn't go. Rebound comes down, and it will be Fluker who comes away with the board for San Jose State. Now the ball being brought across, and with it is going to be the Spartans. Out to the top of the key, 3 ball on the way for San Jose State, rims off. Michaela Jones down with the rebound. Grace Sarver will take the outlet pass, and the Cougars across the timeline with just under 2.5 to play. Now Sarver finds a crease all the way to the rim to lay it up and in. Grace Sarver's got 8, and the Cougars lead is out to 86-51. So the Cougars now out to a 35-point lead. Grace a point away from a career high herself, and there's a 3 that drops in on the other end, and that one coming from Stephanie Torres. So she'll bury the 3. That'll be her first of the night, but she also had 6 points before that, so she's a point shy of double digits. Wallach drives in, gets it to Nankervis. That shot off the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound down to San Jose State. 100 seconds to go at Beasley, and it's the Cougars up 86-54. Galden dancing in the paint, puts one up from 12. That one good for Galden. So she's able to connect, had 9 at halftime. Leading scorer for the Spartans, and she's got a game-high 14 for San Jose State. 86-56, Cougs by 30 with 1:20 to play in the basketball game. Nankervis, a long-range shot from 17. That's off the mark, and the rebound will come down to Torres. Galden will bring it across for San Jose State as we're down to the final few possessions of this one. 65 seconds remaining as Galden gets a screen. She's got it out high. We'll give it now this time to Watson, who takes it into the corner. Now on her way to the basket. A shot put up won't go that time for what is Fluker, and the rebound to Washington State. Probably the last possession where the Cougars will try and attempt a shot unless we have some whistles. They get it inside the Nankervis. She'll spin, put up a shot, no good. Then the ball poked away, and it will be San Jose State ball. As long as the Spartans spend 9.3 seconds on this possession, the Cougars can then just dribble it out for the final half a minute. As the Cougs will improve to 1-0, get a season-opening victory, and the Spartans will drop to 0-1. And then the attention will turn to Friday night when Northern Arizona makes their way to Pullman. 25 seconds, 3-ball put up for San Jose State, no good. Wallach comes down with the rebound. She's got 9 points and 5 rebounds in her Cougar debut, and the Cougars will indeed dribble out the clock. Well, the Cougars raise the banner before the game, and they pick up a victory as we finish the game tonight. Bella Murakatate, 22 points, a career high. 22 from Charlize Ledger-Walker. She's back in the Fine Four as the reigning freshman of the year in the conference. And the Cougars get it done in the paint tonight. It was 58-22. Washington State outscoring the Spartans in the paint. And they also out-rebounded them by a total of 47-27. So the Cougars get a season-opening win. The Spartans drop to 0-1. And your final score here tonight, Washington State 86, San Jose State 56. The Cougs open up the season with a victory. Back with the postgame show. That will include a visit with Cougar head coach Cammie Etheridge. All of the numbers, it's next. And this is Cougar Women's Basketball from Learfield IMG College.